Welcome to Street Smart Samurai. I'm Dana Abbott, and I will be your guide throughout this video series on Kenjutsu, how to wield a Japanese sword. Blocking is a fairly easy concept. The difficult part about blocking is your timing and rhythm to block correctly and then counter onto your target. Let's look at average sports, or for example, boxing. When you first start boxing, the coach or the student instructor, they can slap you all over the gym. But after time of being able to see the punch coming in, being able to block effectively, learning your timing and rhythm and your hand-eye coordination, then you'll be able to block a lot better and become a better pugilist. What I want you to look at though is weaponry doesn't allow you to block a couple of times with flesh, because flesh on an inanimate object hurts a lot more. That's why a lot of people, especially from centuries ago, say the best block is no block at all. Allows you to get out of harm's way. With that understood, and with people learning how to block, let's see the succession of blocking. At the very beginning, someone trying to block really won't see the weapon or the sword come in, and this usually happens. Swings up the sword, gets ready, comes down on the target. It's so fast, you couldn't get out of the way. You never saw it coming. Over a little time and practice, lift the sword, and I saw it. I started moving out of the way, but what happened is I still don't have that eye, hand, or you know your surroundings feeling. So more practice, and what starts happening then is I start practicing the block, and it's starting to come up a little bit more. After time, I'll be able to block a little bit better, a little bit smoother, and start getting out of harm's way. After that, with a little bit more practice, now I can see how my opponent is starting to strike, and it isn't a mystery anymore. I see it coming in, I still can't do as much, but now I can get out of the way. Now I'm moving out of the way because I'm starting to see how my opponent works. I'm starting to notice him telegraphing. I'm starting to see things move. So now I can get in there, look at the situation, block out of the way, and come in with a counter if I need to. Over time, in this blocking process, what else is going to happen is you're going to be able to move almost as fast as he does. So when he starts coming down, I'll get underneath the sword and I'll start pushing it up like this. So what's happened is I've gone away from an A block that I'm trying to block out this way, and I'm going more into a V block because I want to get more into his area. Every time I block over in my circle of influence, it's hard because there's a sword or a stick or something always coming down at me, and it's easier to fight in France than it is in your own home country. Now, if you bring it in again, and now with a little bit more practice, I'm starting to see this come in this way. And now with more and more practice and a fair amount of hand-eye coordination, you're starting to see that I'm getting too close. I need to work this tip into the blade, because now, up until now, I've been blocking with this part. It's closer to my hands, I understand it more. Now I have to block with the Monouchi, this area here. Watch the difference. When I go back this way and I can see my target moving in and out, now when it comes down, I can deflect it with the tip a lot easier. So he swings down again. He swings down again. And as you can see, nothing can hit me as much anymore. So if you get really used to keeping the tip in the sword, he can swing down all day. I can put it with my left hand, start looking at my nails here like this, and you can see that you really don't have to worry about a lot of technique, because whatever he throws at you, you'll be able to jam up. After that, you start going in for a stronger, more aggressive shot. For example, he comes out with Suriage, and I counter with a strike. Run! And that is what I want you to take in consideration when you practice your blocks. Remember, it isn't how fast you block, it's how fast you get out of the way.
I am George, and this video is part of the Way movement, a career path in video sponsored by TGN. To learn more, visit tgn.tv.